Hi, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to boost your home selling price. Have you ever wondered why the home across the street from you sold for a number and experts are telling you your home is not worth the same? Ever wonder why that is? Let's talk about what goes into pricing a home. So, first of all, how do we determine pricing? Let's take a quick look as to how a real estate agent or an appraiser values your property. The number one thing that I see that people misconcept is that they may have a single story home, beautiful sprawling ranch with an acre of property. And they think that the house across the street that is a colonial with, let's say, the same number of bedroom as your ranch, and you think that your home's worth the same amount. And that's where we get into the nitty gritty to explore if that is the case or not. And you're probably thinking, it's right next door to my house. It's in the same neighborhood. So a buyer that's looking into moving into this neighborhood is gonna choose between that house or this house, which is partly true. However, what I've noticed in my experience is that most buyers, first decision they make when they're going to go look for a home is what type of home do they want? Do they want a colonial? Do they want a split level? Do they want a ranch? Do they want a condo or townhome? Very rarely do you find buyers that are looking for all of those. Even if you think that in the beginning, as you explore and take a look at homes, you realize that you have set in your mind what kind of home you want and what kind of home you don't want. A few years ago, I was helping this couple move out of their colonial home, their family home. They loved their neighborhood, but now it was time for them to downsize a little bit. And although they didn't want to go into a very small house by any means, they did start thinking about how they were starting to get older, how going up and down the stairs, while not an issue right now, could become an issue later on, or how they wouldn't have the manpower to take care of their property and how they wanted to go into something that's a little bit less maintenance for their lifestyle. All of those things are things that we talk about during our consultation because it helps us kind of narrow down where you want to go. So having that said, most people that are looking for a ranch are not really attracted to colonials. So what I've discovered is that those are two different sets of buyers. They may be interested in the same neighborhood, but they're not interested in the same home. So if a colonial home goes on the market, they may take a look at it, but they won't make an offer on it. We want to get a little bit more specific, and we want to compare apples to apples. What have other ranch homes, even if they're not on your same street, but what are other ranch homes in your neighborhood have sold recently, and how do those compare to yours? The biggest mistakes that I notice that people make when they're trying to guess what their home value is that they look at the home next door and say, well, that one sold last year and our house looks so much better than theirs. That is one aspect of pricing a home, but there's so much more that goes into it. And the most important thing is why that home specifically is a good comparable to your home. What are the features that that home had? Did that home have a pool and your house does not? Does that home have a basement and your home does not? And believe it or not, that is a big game changer when it comes to using a comparable for your home. So now we've determined the type of home that we're comparing to your home that is more closely related to your home. The next thing that we want to look at is the site. Is it on a busy street? Does it back some greenery? Does it have privacy? Is it in a cul-de-sac? All of those things are worth a certain amount to buyers, and we're going to use that in our evaluation to narrow down the price in your home.
So what we do next is put both homes side by side and go through it and decide what things are the same and what things are not the same. Do they have the same number of bedrooms? Do they have the same square footage? Does it have a pool? Does it not have a pool? and compare one with the other to see how your home compares to that one price wise.
This gives you an average. And there's strategies between that as to where in the average to go. I always tell all of my clients that there's 3 strategies to pricing a home. You can price high and hope that your home looks so good that it's going to make those buyers just drool over it and come in and make an offer. You can price it at the market value, and that's a more standard approach. You're going to get real buyers that are going to be really interested, they're really serious, and they're going to make you a fair offer. Depending on how well you market the property and how well within that range you priced it, that's going to determine how many offers you get on the property. The more offers, the higher the price, usually. The last option is to price it under the value of the property. Now you might be wondering, why would anybody do that? A lot of people do this because of the value effect. Think about going to a major store and looking at different television sets. You might be getting the exact same screen size, resolution. One is priced lower than the other two. Which one are you going to be drawn to? Even if you don't buy it, chances are that you're going to look into that home more because you feel like you're getting a better value. So the point of that strategy is to make buyers feel like this is such a great value, I can't wait to get my hands on this, then get more offers, which turns into a higher price. Now that we have established how to price your home, let's talk about what you can do to boost its selling price. And I'm not talking huge renovations, getting a second line of credit and doing crazy upgrades. Studies show that one of the main things that could boost your home's value is a renovated kitchen and a renovated bathroom. If you're in New Jersey or in the Northeast where it gets cold during the winter time, having a basement and a finished basement, if that, is a really great way to boost the price of your home. However, some of these things I wouldn't advise for you to do if you're thinking of selling within the next 2 to 3 years. The reason for that is that if you do a full renovation of your kitchen, it's going to cost you more than what you're going to get back. So although we want the house to appear to look really great, to appease to a lot of buyers, we want to do it in a cost-effective way so that you can net as much money as possible when you do sell your home. There's actually really simple things that you can do that can really improve the way that your home shows and the way that buyers interpret its value. So if we were sitting down in your home and you told me, I know that my home is a little bit outdated and I was thinking of, before placing the home on the market, to renovate the kitchen, renovate the bathroom. Here's what I would tell you. Instead of renovating the kitchen, let's swap out all of the appliances to stainless steel. Updating the flooring in the kitchen might really elevate the way that it looks. Changing the light fixtures might be another way. And sometimes all it needs is paint. You wouldn't believe how many homes I've sold that I've gone into it and my client's like, I know it's outdated, I don't know what to do. And I tell them, just paint it. Just paint the kitchen. And it's like night and day. If you have an unfinished basement, I cannot stress this enough. Clean it. Just clean it. I know it has storage. I know that you're packing all your boxes and they're going down there. That's fine. I just want it to be clean. I want you to clean the walls. If they're not in really great shape, get a coat or two of paint and clean it with like bleach. Just make it look really clean. Because when buyers go down there, even a little bit of dust may look like mold to them, and that may turn them away from making an offer on your house. When we're looking at a bathroom, regrouting the tile, sometimes deep cleaning the tile, recalking it, really makes it look newer and cleaner. Changing out the toilet sometimes, or just maybe the toilet seat, could be another way to make it look more updated. Again, the flooring and painting. And sometimes all you need is to either repaint or change out the vanity and the lights. And it just gives it a brand new look. Now let's talk a little bit about the outside. One of the things that turn off buyers the most is when the foundation does not look very sturdy or very solid. And over time, homes stabilize. There may be a few little cracks here and there. That's normal stuff. But being able to clean out the exterior of the home, clean out the plants that are brushing against the house, an inspector may tell a buyer that that's a red flag because those roots may be getting into the foundation. Even if they're not that close, if they're overgrown, it's going to look like they're closer than they actually are, and it's going to come up as a red flag. Also, if you have the time, painting the foundation in the exterior of the home just makes it look clean, well kept, and in better condition. Whatever the siding that you have, making sure that it's in good shape. If there's any shingles that are broken or cracked, replace those. Making sure that your roof looks like it's new, even if it's not. Power washing the roofs in much better condition. And I'm not telling you to go and fool these buyers. But what I always say is that buyers, when they go into a home, it's a big expense. You're looking at selling your home, and 9 times out of 10, you're thinking, I'm going to make some money off of selling my home. When a buyer's looking at your home, they're looking at spending money. So whenever they look at the roof and it looks like it has mildew on it, it's in bad shape, it has not been well kept, in their minds they're automatically thinking, I need to spring for a new roof. That's $15,000. If they're going around your home and they're looking at the ceilings and there's some old stains of a pipe issue that's already been fixed, they don't know that it's already been fixed. They're thinking that it's a recurring issue and that's something they're gonna have to sink money into too. Your buyers are going to get an inspector. They're going to go up on the roof. They're going to check if there's any leaks. So I'm not telling you to hide anything, but aesthetics is everything. And the way that your home looks and the way that a buyer feels when they walk into your home, feeling that it's beautiful is one thing, but also feeling that the house is a secure place, that it's not a money pit, and that they're not going to be spending most of their next few years being house poor because there's so many things to fix, is going to really boost how much a buyer will pay for your home. Did I miss anything? If you have sold a house recently, you've done some other quick little updates to your home, feel free to comment in the section below. We'd love to hear what you've done. There's no gatekeeping here. We'd love to share that with all of our viewers.